I think the expert is facing some technical difficulties. We will be resuming the session shortly.
ರೆಡಿ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲೇ.
Dear participants, the expert is facing some network issues. We will be resuming shortly.
Is my screen visible? Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Actually, there is a network issue with my from my side. I am sharing PPT with the convener too. And let us start with the
Sir, you can
section.
turn off your video, sir. That will then you network issue will be solved. So you can turn off the video.
Yeah. Yeah. If any time my net disconnect, kindly let me know, because I'm having the screen only visible to me.
Yes, sir. You can if you turn off the video, sir, then I think there will not be an issue. Yes, sir. You can get on with the
Yeah.
session. Okay.
Yeah. Can I start now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Parvez sir, for a wonderful introduction. And uh, we today are going to learn about ethical research writing, where plagiarism prevention, similarity index, and responsible use of AI tools is our topic of concern. So this particular ethical research writing start with the research integrity thing, which is defined in general terms like the use of honest and verifiable methods in proposing, performing, and evaluating the research. So it is typically a very ethical approach that we are supposed to be honest, and we are having replicable methods over there. And second part of our research integrity is reporting of research. So reporting research result with particular attention to adherence to the rules, regulation, guidelines, following commonly accepted professional codes or norms. This we are going to see one after another. So this definition can differ in or made generalize in a simple way that it is the fundamental principle of conducting the research, analyzing the research output, and reporting those research that take honesty and accuracy. So here we can simply conclude that we must put our sincere effort over the right from the idea to the methods or experimentation work we are doing, and complete presentation of our work, including conclusion. So there are two different aspects, as I said, research ethics and publication ethics. Research ethics are ethical principle involved in conducting and analyzing the research. Uh, so as I stated, right from the idea, incepted idea and analysis. It could be your data analysis and presentation. And second one is the in this there are specific standard for both different field and research in general, and they are cover aspect of research process, including study design, study execution, data collection, data analysis, as well as obtaining appropriate permission and approval for the work. Usually these appropriate permissions and approval are required when we are having subjects of live subjects such as human. In the field of medical or biomedical field, these things are required. And this definition itself states that what are the things we must do while ethical research practicing. Second aspect is publication. These publication ethics are the ethical principle involved in uh, writing up and publishing your work. This is not only limited to the traditional journal, but conference presentation, preprint servers, etc. So wherever we are publishing, even my presentation right now, it is also one of the contents that I must say it must not be plagiarized one. And whenever required, we must give proper citation to it. So who is responsible for this integrity, ethical principle? Who is going to follow it? So wide variety of stages. mispractices are happening. At that time, you can see there are the national bodies. These national bodies having role which is from providing guidance and recommendation through the investigation and complaint and enforcing consequences. So first part of this national body is the guidance, that how ethical principle, which are the ethical principle that must be followed, such that researchers or students cannot make some unethical practices. They are recommending the things. They are writing bulletins or letters, uh, which are followed by the publishers. And furthermore, these bodies are having task of investigating the complaint. That complaint is raised by author to or otherwise publisher, like editorial board member or editors. And upon this complaint, making certain decisions and enforcing the requisite consequences is the part of this uh, national bodies. So there are different bodies like UK Research Integrity Offices, UKRIO, Office of Research Integrity, ORI, Australian Research Integrity Committee, European Network on Research Integrity Offices. However, this thing widely observed in the uh, other continents. However, if we talk about India, we are not having specific research integrity body. However, these things are maintained by UGC, ICMR, and even institute level research integrity offices are there, which maintains the research integrity or research ethics within their works. So when we are talking about this research integrity, uh, another word comes in picture, that is a plagiarism. That is what our topic is. So plagiarism is nothing but the adopting someone else's work and presenting it as yours. It could be the accidental one, or otherwise uh, we are not knowing that whether this thing is plagiarism or not. So these are the different types of plagiarism. First one is the direct plagiarism. Here, sometimes we are reading the articles and we are taking a whole expert from that article and copy pasting it as a our own work and making different context from the different article as a one. So direct plagiarism is literally a word to word copying of the sentences. So it need not require a lot of explanation, but it's like a students are adopting guides to write a answer to a certain question, or otherwise writing an introduction, taking expert from different paragraphs, or taking it from the uh, AI writer nowadays. Then mosaic and patchwork. Here, mosaic, patchwork, quilt. These are the type of plagiarism where person knowingly unknowingly mixing different sentences together to make it as a single sentence. So this is another type of plagiarism where it could be said as a intentional patchwork work done by the authors. Then self plagiarism. We are having own published work, and while publishing or while writing a thesis, we are using the same work which is published as our own. However, there are the strict regulation as it is stated in the publication ethics that uh, this work may be under the rights of the author or under the rights of the publisher, or in the uh, in both of in hand of both. So at that time, author shall aware of whether whose writing are there and declaration of those writing and writing rights shall be there while using self work as it is. So self-plagiarism is when it is disclosed, it can be reused. Then accidental plagiarism is when we are not knowing that this thing is a plagiarism. It is like an unintended failure to cite a source. So here, earlier section, we have understood that we are taking certain expert from the different work. However, uh, in a bibliographic research, we are reading different context, and after reading the context, we forget to cite certain source, and we think that it is our own idea. So that thing is nothing but an accidental plagiarism. Then phrasing plagiarism is like rewriting someone else's idea without citation. So understand this a little bit different, that it is a rewriting, it is a paraphrasing. However, you have to give due credit to the authors of those whose words are they, that words are, or otherwise idea is there. So that is nothing but plagiarism of paraphrasing. And this nowadays AI is widely used for this paraphrasing. So with this context, some guidelines or classification are given by the publishers in recent 2025. We are going through that later on. So simply, uh, whenever we are paraphrasing the certain sentences, we should give due credits over there. Translational plagiarism, some of the context are not in our native language or language that we understand. At that time, we are taking translational efforts from other languages, and from that other languages we convert that. So that type of plagiarism is the translational plagiarism. Here also we shall give due citations to the whatever content we are adopted. This is a serious issue, that is a collusion plagiarism. It is unauthorized collaboration and publication. So there are different examples of collusional plagiarism, like if certain editor is willing to have name in it in one of the article, at that time he may force or ask the author to add his name, and that type of plagiarism. Or otherwise it could be like in academical institute, we are a same group of people, and without involvement of particular person, we are adding them as a collaborator within that articles. So that is a collision plagiarism. Sometimes nowadays there are few studies came from the various tools used by the editorial board members and the this bodies like a COPE, RIPE, that certain author positions are available and publicly disclosed, that this author position is available, and with certain due payment, these author positions are sold. So that thing is nothing but collusion plagiarism, and for uh, this type of plagiarism is seriously been taken care by the these bodies. Then idea plagiarism. So simple, if you are using someone's else concept or idea, give due credits. If you are not giving credits, it is a idea plagiarism. Another plagiarism is like these things are with respect to words. You can consider them with the images, graphics, plots that we are using. Same thing is happening with the all those type of work that we are publishing inside our paper. So these are the different types of plagiarism, and by understanding these different types of plagiarism, we can understand how to avoid the plagiarism. So this is a Nature news that is published in 2023. You can see uh, from 2013 onward, due to various reasons, plagiarism has got increased to the large amount. And you can see at in data of 2023, it is crossing 10,000 articles that are the general articles presented, and these retracted notices have passed 10,000. This is largely because of 8,000 retraction are by Hinduits. This is published by Richard Van Norden in 2023. However, when we are talking about India, we are having 15.2% articles retraction per 10,000 articles. So this is a actually huge value if you are considering India as a one. Why I'm enforcing telling India, because I think we must not worried about what others are doing. We are worried we shall worried about our own self. So in India we shall encourage ethical practices and reduce this rate, so that things will be there. Recently one of the news by Malita, UGC chairman, that article publication is not no more criteria for the PhD. So such kind of approaches could reduce the only publication is a task for the promotion or for the obtaining degrees. So this value can be reduced through the different policies made. And as we are knowing that policy is been enforced, so that can reduce our efforts to reduce these numbers. So to understand this thing, in the research method, we are clearly knowing that we shall make use of good practices, while most of the things are reflected back when it is going for the publication. So we must understand this through the publication ethics, like a Springer Nature is adopting committee of publications for ethics, research integrity and publishing ethics, majorly by the Elsevier. So this publication guideline will ensure that how this thing can be addressed. So as I stated, RIPE and COPE are two bodies which are widely been observed. So this RIPE is from the European Network on Research Integrity Offices, which is founded in 2007 after the World Conference on Research Integrity in Lisbon, Portugal. There are 21 countries, and out of that 27 members are there. It is legally established association in 2020, where research integrity has been practiced in the Europe. This is an open access bulletin. This research integrity practice in Europe is an open access bulletin. This provides practical information on research integrity and research ethics in Europe. They publish this bulletin as a short and informative article. So they are basically guiding the publishers and even public. So how this assists the different thing? It is by assisting a research integrity practitioners in their work. This serves as a resource to the general public and complements the theoretical and scholarly oriented disclosure on research integrity, research ethics, and good scientific practices. Another body is the Committee of Publication Ethics, COPE, and it is a non-profit group established in 1997, where 97 plus countries are member of this thing. And members, if you are seeing, 13,500 members are there at present. And major plagiarism detection are through the scope and RIPE, as I said. So they are also similar working on the similar principle, like to educate and advance knowledge in methods of safeguarding the integrity of scholarly record for benefit of the public. With this common intent, this scope has been formed, and which is taking care of the different aspect. So currently strategic planning priorities are integrity, where principles, leadership and accountability are enforced. Furthermore, guiding to the publication ethics, like guidance, advice, support to the publishers for ethical practices. Then another thing is the collaboration, that is to engage, outreach and listen, explore and provide solution to the challenges, because every context is having different challenges. And furthermore, it is not limited to this aspect, but also diversity, equity, inclusivity, and accessibility, where they participate, support, and understand the different thing to adopt one thing. However, it is not going beyond the principal leadership and accountability, but challenges can be addressed and can be resolved through proper members body. So if we understand this thing, publication ethics and these guidelines, based on to those guidelines, publication policies are framed. So since our topic is with respect to the research integrity, I'm keeping publication policy as a general with respect to the correction into the article and retraction. So one should clearly know that if it is a plagiarized content, even though if it is mistakenly observed after the publication too, author is having due responsibility to uh, mention that error. So first thing is, author who discover an error in their published article shall inform to the editor regarding the detection he is having, and with respect to the policies guideline, editor may take the different decision. Editor in together with author, and sometimes uh, even though if it is not detected by the author, but editorial board member, uh, post publication reviews, from that also these things can be observed, and further action can be taken. So first action is the article correction, where a corrigendum is published, and there is no other aspect is looked for. There is no significant impact of this thing. However, corrections can be possible and can be made within the article. However, this article correction type of policy is with respect to when the results and conclusion are not getting affected with the modifications that are being made within the article, and that shall be published through the corrigendum. Another thing is like author has detected there is an error during the publication. For that, editorial board can issue a erratum, and which is issued to the that published article, and it shall be produced. So it is a article correction. Another thing that is taken clear is it is a editorial note. It issued in the circumstances that do not warrant retraction, correction, or expression of concern. However, result and conclusion not be affected. So it is a simple statement from the editorial side, irrespective of correction in the result and conclusion. So typically this occurs as I mentioned, editor is asking to add a name, or authors or reviewers are asking to add a name. Sometimes there is a conflict between the authorship. Such type of notes can be displayed as an editorial note. Then these two are the not that much significant, which are not affecting the result and conclusion, so that research integrity is not that much challenged. Research work and conclusions are much more appropriate. While next stage is the expression of concern, where concerns are raised. This type of expressions are given for the that make alert to the readers to potential concern that might affect the reliability of parts, or as a whole work, whole published work. This may arise due to the error in the method, error in the results, error in the calculations or presentation, incorrect analysis, or otherwise publication misconduct, which has not been resolved, and that required a further investigation, like committees as mentioned previously. And this thing shall be provided to the readers that this thing is a concern, and proper action, until proper action uh, taken, this work has been shall be used in the proper manner. So if this expression of concern is resolved, the outcome could be there would be the correction, or there could be editorial note, or there could be the retraction of the article, which we will see subsequently. Another step is the article withdrawn. So author has identified the issues with the article. So it represents an early version of article that have been accepted for publication but not published in the final form. So even though after the acceptance, author can notify and withdraw that article. This type of article withdrawal would be there, and there will be no subsequent challenges over there. However, it will be clearly mentioned that this article is clear withdrawn from the section. This is the one of the important thing which may defame the author confidence and integrity of the authors. So it is the article retraction. Article may be retracted to correct errors that are too extensive in the view of editors to publish a correction, or you may say editorial notes, or due infringement of general policies such as multiple submission, bogus claims of authorship, plagiarism, fraudulent use of data, etc. At that time, this crucial step is taken, that is the article retraction. And another thing is the article removal by legal limitations. Here, the articles or article in press is defamatory or infringes others' legal rights, and retraction is not a sufficient remedy. The article or article in press or elsewhere, here this expert is taken from elsewhere's policy, so this word appear, has a good reason to expect it will be the subject of court order. And another thing is article or article in press, if acted upon, might pose a serious health risk. So these are the different policies that in together we can see. So based on to these COPE policies and right, certain actions have been taken. Like we have understood different types of plagiarism and things. So what actually action taken after the post publication, such as in review process. So here you can see it is one of the good journals, Science of Total Environment, published in 2024. Here retraction notice is mentioned, where you can clearly see that the article has been retracted. I guess it is readable to you. Yeah. This article has been retracted at the request of editor-in-chief. Here, post-publication and investigation conducted on behalf of the Journal of Elsevier Research Integrity and Publishing Ethics team determined that one of the review for this manuscript was fictitious. One review was submitted under the name of known scientists without their knowledge. The name and fictitious contact details of reviewers were submitted by corresponding author during the manuscript submission process. Although the paper was reviewed by additional reviewers chosen by editor, this breach compromised the editorial process, and editor-in-chief have lost confidence in validity and integrity of the articles. So here author has given suggested the reviewers, and which may be fictitious, email ID may be incorrect, or otherwise from the editorial team this thing is happening, and accordingly with subsequent communication with the authors, between author and editor, uh, article is reached to this retraction level. Another is the unethical changes in the authorship. So it is a Helion publication where we are knowing that large amount of data set is widely published. This is from the Indonesia. So an investigation conducted on the behalf of Elsewhere Research Integrity and Publishing Ethics team discovered suspicious changes in the authorship between the original submission and the revised version of this paper. During this revision, one author was added to the paper and two authors were removed. These changes were made without explanation and without exceptional approval by the journal editor, which is contrary to the journal policy on the changes to the authorship. So accordingly, this type of changes, as I mentioned, there are the tools by which article positions or the author positions have been identified and which can be observed through the committees, and accordingly this type of actions are taken, or even within the publication process, like within review process, some author changes are occurring. At that time, requisite permission shall be obtained from the editorial office, so that such kind of plagiarism cannot be detected, and there will be no plagiarism by the author. Another thing is the citation. As I mentioned, reviewers are asking for the citation. So it is a link, direct link. 1 minute. Yeah. It is a Journal of Advanced Research, publication of January 2026. Here you can see in this article, actually several articles have been cited. So during the investigation, yeah, it is readable now. During the investigation, of team found a significant increase of citations to the paper published by some authors between the original submission and the revised version of this article. 34 papers in two papers by author B cited in the original version of the article, and this increased to the 29 papers in the revised version of the article. So this is the citation type error, where we can say that no authors, and accordingly editor has determined authorship cannot be relied upon and has lost confidence in the integrity and findings of the article, and finally it has been retracted. Then unethical citation and use of AI. So this paper is from 2025, Construction and Building Material, and it is from Japan. So here you can see, here citation increment is not an issue. Adding a citation is an issue. Here you can see a review of 38 citation in the paper identified at least 9 hallucinated papers. Papers that simply do not exist. And additional 7 citation appear to report real papers, although authorship reported incorrectly. So this type of error, it could be error or it is malpractice, you can say, or uses of AI. Maybe here clearly it has been mentioned. So here you can see subsequent communication. Further, the concern with other citation have been identified but cannot be definitely resolved, since many citation are from Japanese as a translation kind of thing. Only 11 citations have been verified, and 2 of these contains errors in reporting the authorship. Author is cooperated with the journal's investigation and acknowledged that their response to the editorial is that ChatGPT was used to assemble the citation, resulting in the extensive hallucinations and errors. So no declaration at that time of publication. Author has not declared that it is made up with the AI. No declaration of use of AI was made upon the submission or publication of this paper, and accordingly this paper is been retracted. So it is a clear guideline that we must disclose whatever things we are using. And one more thing is that we must be knowing that what we are writing. Error in data interpretation and presentation of result. So here, very interestingly, it is identified post publication. This is from China. You can see editorially chief requested this retraction. Here, author prepared a closure which identified multiple errors in data interpretation and in presentation of result that exceed that which may be reasonably handled by corrigendum while maintaining the integrity and clarity of the paper. For this reason, EIC retracted this paper. In addressing discussion, the authors of this paper acknowledged that the issue raised in the discussion are valid and indisputable. There is no justification for defending the preciseness of original paper, and accordingly, even though it is this particular thing has passed through the review process, but still there is no strong conclusions having frame, and it author is unable to address the issues, and this paper has been retracted. So one must ensure that he is not making error or misinterpretation of the data or presentation of the presentation which is misleading one. Another is the duplication of previously published article or part thereof, as you are knowing with respect to the similarity index. So this article is from Composites Parts V Engineering 2026, which is retracted. So here you can see here author they have found that duplicates are there. The article duplicates significant part of a paper that has already appeared in one of the journal. One of the condition of submission of paper for publication is that author declare explicitly that paper has not been previously published and is not under consideration for publication elsewhere. Reuse of any data should be appropriately cited. As such, this article represents misuse of scientific publication system. The scientific community takes a very strong view on the matter, and apologies are offered to readers that of the journal that this was not detected during the submission process. So that similarity index and plagiarism as having certain concern with this particular aspect, that one must ensure that proper citations are given and due credits are mentioned, and it shall not be duplicate work of the previously published article. Another interesting, this is very interesting case study, that image message. This is from the case studies from the construction materials 2025 article. Here you can observe that author has used certain figure in his paper. A minute. Author has used certain figures like the proposed corrigendum added source citation to figure number 4 and 30. However, author is stating that they did not remember references used for figure number 30, and thus while acknowledging that SEM means one of the image from the equipment were from the elsewhere, and the source remain unknown. And further, a Word file that accompanied the proposed corrigendum additionally added a new figure perpetually showing that same are of actual tested specimen. That means in earlier stage he is mentioning something else, and now different one. So this thing is required external citation, but author is claiming it is his own. And upon this particular aspect between the communication between editor and this thing, this paper has been plagiarized. The author acknowledged the same figure 30 presented in this study were not in fact produced for this study. For this reason, editor can no longer have confidence in the data reported and must retract this paper. So these are the some fact or case studies by which we can understand what is happening with the integrity. And the question is how to reduce this thing, how to avoid plagiarism. So one of the context of my work is with respect to the plagiarism. So understand that plagiarism is different thing, and one minute. Plagiarism is different thing, and one minute. Plagiarism and similarity index are two different things. Right now, one of the paper under my editorial board member as an editor, we are having a similarity index of this 41 percentage. AI tools are not detected, and here you can see some of the sources are citing different types of percentage, sharing different types of percentage, and here you can see clearly for, and this is from the uh, Springer Nature Journal, and this report is from Authenticate, right? So not all context can be displayed, but Turnitin and Authenticate are the same thing, where Authenticate is having another capabilities with it. This type of report you might have seen, and this figure usually we are talking about that one. We have about and this thing is it'll plagiarism. Under similarity is the thing that our contribution is similar to the someone else, and plagiarism is like a thefting of the data. It could be knowingly, unknowingly, or not giving proper credits. So if we understand the difference, we can reduce the plagiarism very effectively. So how to avoid that? First and very most important, acknowledge the contributions of others. Whatever bibliography you are referring, you must mention that. If you are using direct references, you must acknowledge those things. Even though if I say you are obtaining certain idea, that shall be also be reflected. So this one single sentence contribution of the other simply state that you can avoid the plagiarism. So this simple sentence will be explained in different way over here. Like any verbatim text taken from the another source must be enclosed in quotation mark and accompanied by the citation to indicate its origin. So like definitions and things we are taking, that shall be within double inverted commas and quotations, and with the proper citation shall be mentioned. And if it is paraphrased, like a summarizing others' work, here to avoid plagiarism, when we are making a summary, read the context and condense it in our own word. So use own words to condense and convey other contribution in a shorter version of the original. Furthermore, whenever you are summarizing this work, you must give due citations to the direct related content. While if it is a for the thesis you are publishing, you shall be we shall have bibliography too with the references. When paraphrasing other works, when we are making certain different context together and paraphrasing that, here most of the AI has been used. We must use own words and syntaxical structure. Most of the time student ask with respect to plagiarism and Turnitin report. If you use our own words and our syntaxical structure, uh, we are getting very less similarity indexes. Ensure that we are reproducing the exact meaning of the other's ideas or fact. This is well ensured through the as like one paper we have observed, which is retracted because of the incorrect meaning, incorrect representation. So we must know that what we are producing. And if someone else's idea we are presenting, we should not change its meaning. And at most important, it is the contribution of other side source of references clearly. Uh, some papers like complex studies cannot be possible within a single paper, but still it is recommended that results of single complex study shall be presented as a cohesive single. They should two individual papers. This is check. However, if there is any a paper submitted for publication represented fragmented data, author should include other papers too. Whether it is that might be part of paper under consideration. So this declaration will avoid your paper from getting plagiarism. But it is recommended that no matter which complex study it can attempt to present it as a single whole paper. Then dissemination of previous data. Manuscript for publication containing previously disseminated data, reviews, conclusion must clearly indicate to the editors and readers the nature of previous dissemination. Use previous type of data like some original paper been observed which are using the data from the published work and then making his own conclusion. So it is clearly notified that data was obtained from those paper, and based on to that author is making conclusions. So it's not a review article, it's a original article, but data he has obtained, reviews, conclusions he has obtained from someone else. And with respect to previous thing, avoid reusing their own previously published text, self-plagiarism. Be transparent when reusing material. We must know that from where we are using the material and whether it requires proper permissions or not. Like copyrights. If there are text, we must obtain proper permission to use that data. Plagiarism, and even some writing practices such as can constitute copyright infringement. At that time, we have to be very transparent with respect to the declarations and obtaining permissions as a requisite. Best way to cheat plagiarism is the citation. Each reference notation appearing in the body of manuscript correspond to the correct citation listed in the reference section and vice versa. So appropriate here, not only citing a reference is giving you the chance to avoid plagiarism. It's like a citing a appropriate citation, and that shall be also from the original article rather than from the subsequent or succeeding articles. It is the best approach. That's why I always say that it shall be idea that shall be cited, not the words. So wherever we are getting those two things, we must cite appropriately so that it will avoid our detection of plagiarism and ethical conduct of mentioning all the contributors. References that are directly related shall be present over there. Intentional inclusion of references is questionable and against ethical practices. We have observed one of the example with respect to this too. And furthermore, review our own paper before submission and before publication or in preprint previews. Ensure referenced article is not been corrected or retracted. So at that time of submission, we must check whether whatever article we are using that is being corrected or retracted, and accordingly use that article. Authors have an ethical obligation to report all aspects of study that may impact replicability of research by independent observer. So after post-publication, this replicability should be there. One of the cancer research has a lot of and based on to that different papers are have been published. I'm not having right now paper with me, but that's been retracted because after a say two or three decades, it has been observed that whatever interpretation and answers made or idea mentioned by that first paper was incorrect. So replicability should be there, and it is a ethical obligation of a author to report all the aspect of study so that there will be no deviation from the his own work. So it is at the time of research itself and while reporting to. Researchers have an ethical responsibility to report the result of their studies according to their priori plan. So whatever and some corrections if we are made, like a statistical corrections we are making, we are not stating it as a manipulation, but such kind of logical manipulation that may alter the result initially obtained, like we are eliminating the outliers or using alternative statistical technique that must be clearly described with the acceptable rational such techniques. So shall not shall be clearly mentioned over there. Academic and professional ghost authorship is unethical. It was observed from the one of the case study that has been shown. So ghost authorship should not be there. Authors must become aware of possible conflict of interest in their own research and make every effort to disclose this situation. For example, stock ownership, consulting agreement to the sponsoring organization that may pose actual or potential conflict of interest. So by this way, you can avoid the plagiarism. So in simple term, our ethical experimental techniques and clearly reporting what has been done and clearly interpreting those things and giving due credits to the authors those previously published, and making a clear references, citing in within the text and reporting within the reference section is at most important to avoid this plagiarism. This thing is taken from the guidelines of ORI, Office of Research Integrity, which has published 28 guidelines at a glance on avoiding the plagiarism. Now we are coming to the one of the interesting part. Using this AI in my activity. In the publication, white doubts and whether that will be accepted or not, or retracted in matter. Artificial activity. This is my publication on AI classification. So you can see these different activities have been reported, and as not declared what is their stance on the whether or not use. But declaration of AI use is that has been reported by this companies. So first classification is where refinement, correction, and editing or formatting the manuscript of the language. Where you are using AI tools. AI uses writing and drafting manuscript content. Another translation of manuscript text for the purpose of publishing. Or formatting data reported in the manuscript. Formatting images, diagrams, or other figures for illustrative purpose. And generation, refine editing or formatting of visualization. It is data or the result. Refinement or formatting of code reported in the submitted uh, computer codes. Readable, things that you must declare there. And this color is like presentation of any kind of content generated by AI tools as though it may where it original research data from machine sources. So understand one by one uh, where AI is used for language refinement and editing. AI assisted here, AI assisted editing is been taken. AI tools help to improve clarity and ability by refining and formatting. So exclusion basis correction, my whole statement would be with respect to this. So basic spell check and grammar correction using traditional tools are not included in this category. However, you are using the for clarity and readability. So this activity aims to enhance writing quality without altering the manuscript intellectual content, and thus it should be only declared and it is not as a plagiarized content. Here you are using AI tool for writing or drafting a manuscript content. AI tools generate and rewrite significant manuscript content and impacting the interpretation. So here minor language errors and internal surprising are excluded from the AI content. So if you're writing or drafting manuscript, this could be the section or this could be certain paragraphs coming under the writing and drafting manuscript content. So here declaration of used in writing intense academic integrity and our interpretation of the misrepresentation of the authorship. Uh, accessibility and supporting multilingual. Uh, it is focused on the publication, excluding unrelated source and accuracy. When you are using this AI translation, disclosure is disclosing AI environment translation in and maintain the integrity of the scholarly record. Another aspect, refining these tools improve the clarity and readability of data presentation without changing the original data content. It improves the layout design by formatting data tables and chart enhances visual help more efficiently. Here, on the visual and structural quality, avoiding data enough you can use because you are not using the intellect of the AI tool. Generation and illustrative figure. These tools can create or refine image and diagrams purely for conceptual and aesthetic purposes without representing real data. Some certain things are hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible, but the voice is
Hello?
breaking a little bit. Yes, you're audible, but your voice is breaking a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got certain
Sir, you can continue.
over there. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Is it now clear?
I think the PPT is also not visible, sir. Please try to
Okay. So of research data visuals, where visualization of visualization of real data sources outputs are excluded to avoid confusion with empirical evidences that are excluded, but within this illustration for conceptual and ethical use case finding. So you are not doing the hello, hello. Is my
Yes, sir.
screen is visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience caused by the internet.
No problem, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
please continue.
Yeah. So whenever we are using illustrative figures which are not part of the actual research finding, you can use that. However, proper disclosure shall be given. Visualization of research data or result. AI driven graph charts for data is excluded from the AI. That is like traditional statistical software like R Stata, focus AI driven visualization method that are excluded out of AI. Here, author shall ensure visualization are based on the actual data in the scientific rigor and prevent misconception. There is a interpretational error. So provided by the thing, and disclosure of the AI uses shall be there. Refining and formatting code. So this is with respect to the some computer people. So AI tools enhance code readability by refining, formatting without changing its functionality, facilitating easier comprehension. So for this purpose, you can use AI. However, exclusion is from this process exclude generating a new code or modifying existing research code, focusing solely on the presentation and refinement. So you can use AI for refining and formatting a code, but not for any code generation. Supporting research transparency. Improved code representation aids peer reviewers and readers, enhancing reproducibility and transparency in the computational research. Disclosure shall be there. Assisting with gathering references. Yes, AI can be used over here. These tools relevant articles and scholarly works related topics quickly and efficiently. So it is not or fabricated or incorrect references suggested by the AI tool. As one of the papers suggests that he has used AI which are hallucinated. So this thing shall not be there. Maintaining accurate references and disclosing AI assistance ensure trust and accountability in the scholarly work. So up to certain extent we are using the AI. Presentation of AI generated content as original research. This is the completely red color marked portion as per STM guideline. So prohibited misrepresentation. Presenting AI generated content as a original non-machine research is prohibited and undermines the scholarly credibility. Here, author must disclose AI-generated content to maintain ethical standard and research integrity. And from my side, I can say that we must not use AI for the generation of content unless it is utmost required. So, with respect to this, with respect to AI scoring, if we are well aware about this type of classification, we can use up to certain percentage uses of AI with due credits to the authors, and also disclosing our data. So key takeaways from this particular session would be research integrity is starting with you. Keep ethical practices to avoid the question on integrity. Plagiarism can be prevented by ethical practices, like giving credits to the used work, and use of AI should be responsible. Uh, we must know which are the different types of classification of AI uses, because knowingly or unknowingly we are using the AI. So if classification is known, declare the uses of AI with the publication, so that it will avoid the chances of plagiarism. So thank you for your patience listening, and let us we are having we can have a discussion on the various topics that cannot are not understood or might not be clear.
Yes, the session is open for questions. If anyone have any question, they can ask directly or write it in the chat box. Sir, I have one question.
Yeah.
If we are like if we being as a reviewer, how can we detect whether a particular manuscript is having more than enough of AI content like that?
As a reviewer, it is not possible to detect those things. But while reading, we can understand that whether it is a AI content or not. Like here, I have mentioned one of the paper. So up to editorial part, we are having only the similarity index, and AI uh, is with respect to the publishers only. So as a reviewer, it is hard to detect AI content, but it is declared in the author statement, and that part will be taken care by the publisher only. But recent one of the paper that I observed, where I have observed that this content are written by the AI, like some text like refer to this thing, or with respect to this, or follow the context, following the context, such kind of words sometimes author uh, unable to remove, forget to remove. At that time we can identify that and declare to the editor.
Okay, okay. And sir, for while writing the paper, we can use AI just for like improving the language.
Yes, it is definitely being used, like here clearly mentioned in 2 3 statement, like refining, correction, editing, formatting of the manuscript to improve
No,
clarity in the language. It can be.
uh, the question is whether if we have used AI for language correction, we have to declare it then also.
Yes.
While submitting, we have to
Language
declare.
correction, like if you are using tools like spell check and grammar check, that shall not be declared. But clearly,
Okay,
if you are using uh, reformat the text, at that time a declaration is required. If we are
okay,
taking a hint of the AI, and then again we are writing our own by referring the context, at that time it is not required. We are just mentioning like paraphrase this particular paragraph. So if we are using a prompt like a paraphrase in the chat GPT or Copilot, at that time new paragraph that has been presented, it shall be read and again paraphrasing our own language. At that time declaration is not required. If we are taking same context from the AI, at that time declaration is required.
I'll request the participant please post the question relevant to the session. Okay. One question is for review paper, how to write paper. I think this is an irrelevant question for the session. Please post the question which is relevant to the session.
Sir, I have one question. I think this is related to this. Due to application of AI tool, some contents are plagiarized due to the restructuring of that content. So we can able to reduce that or not.
Yes, it is actually good question, and nowadays people are using AI for the writing work. So as I stated, Turnitin has a new feature that is AI detection, AI score. So the practice is reduction in the AI score. It is not that much followed because it is suggested that to avoid plagiarism, write it in or synaptics, write it in your own words, and at that time AI content will not be detected. But here is the game changer that publishers are having AI content acceptable up to the 20 to 30%. We can take it as a 20%, which is by some error. So if we are using AI, as it is stated in the previous question to response to the previous question, that after using AI, we must use our own language to represent whole sentence. So that will not be get detected as a AI.
Sir, we have one question in the chat box. Like if we use AI for image generation, it should be declared in the references.
Yes, as it is stated, when we are using it for the image generation, there are two different things. Fifth classification is generation, refinement, and correction, editing and formatting of image, diagrams, or other figure for illustrative purpose. This is also need to be declared, and uh, creating a visualization of result data and result. Both things needs declaration. However, here author must ensure that whatever research finding with respect to the sixth one as a present question, that whenever you are using AI for creating a visualization of data or results, at that time take a proper observation of your image and then only submit it to journal. Declaration is required, but you can use it with do this declaration.
Okay, sir. Mr. Hemant Kumar, hope you have the question has been answered for you.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. One more question is there. What's the difference between a state-of-the-art review and a review paper?
Uh,
I
this
think it is.
thing cannot be addressed by me, but I can say that it's just a namesake.
Again, I'll
I
request
cannot
the
address clearly.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I request the participant to please ask the relevant question about the plagiarism and the use of AI. Are there any more questions or queries?
Hello,
Sir,
sir.
after completion of this session, we get it this recorded session or not?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are trying.
Okay,
We will try. Yes, we will share it.
okay. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, I want to ask. I'm using Turnitin nowadays for plagiarism check. In that, AI writing is also displayed. So, how much AI writing is acceptable in case of papers?
Uh, in case of paper, as it is mentioned previously, up to 20% to 30%, based on to journal, this value has been varied. So up to 20% we can take a base figure, which is taken as a error in the AI detection, because this Turnitin AI works on the principle, on the algorithm that it is taking whole text, I mean complete manuscript as a one, and then detecting similarities between that. So accordingly, that thing has been found out, and that's why this 20% tolerance has been taken as a reference figure. But some journals are accepting up to 30% too.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we have one more question.
Mhm.
Should AI tool used for the text be just listed in the list of references, or should it be cited within the text too?
Can you repeat question, please?
Like, if we are using AI, we should have to just declare it in the references, or we have to add the citations also, like the person is asking.
Just like DOI or some other thing.
No. It need to be acknowledged over there. It shall not be cited over there. And one care shall be taken that AI shall not be used for the result data interpretation, because it is a intellectual property goes with the authors, humans basically. So whenever you are using AI, use it up to certain limits, like reducing your time and efforts, but not the intellectual context. Its acknowledgement is required, not the citations.
Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, we are having a nice discussion. If there is any more queries from the participants, please go ahead.
Sir, can I ask one question?
Sure, sure.
Sir, actually, I am doing my research in concrete, and I have got experimental values as well as I have got analytical values by using finite element analysis software. So what I have done is I have prepared tables on my own, like for example, 7-day concrete strength, 28-day concrete strength, and I have written my observations in 2-3 words or max to max one small sentence. And what I had asked AI was that I gave that table as it is, I gave the PDF of that table as it is to AI tool, and asked that tool to generate sentences for that based on the values and observations. So how do I disclose this to the journal?
Mm, The case is whether you are directly using the AI content, or whether you are writing
No, sir.
by letter own. So if you
The
are
matter is
writing
written
by
by me.
your own, yeah,
Like
that's
for
what I'm
example,
saying.
the
If you have taken the uh, what in which way I should write the result. So if you have taken that thing from that understanding, if you are making your own perception, it need not to be. But if you are using the same context, you should cite the, I mean, declare the AI uses.
okay, sir. Like the values that were obtained were my values. I obtained those values by doing the work, experimental and
Mhm.
analytical values. And the observations that I made, it gave me sentences for that, as well as it gave additional sentences, which were observations of the tool and which were not my observations.
For that, I clearly mentioning that whatever observation it is, you are interested in knowing what other observation can be possible with it. For that, you are using the tool, but you are not strictly abiding to those observations. You are using your own intellect to write your own.
Right,
And
sir.
at
Right.
that
Values
time,
were
at
given
that
by
time,
me. Values were
no,
given by me, and I asked the tool to write the
yeah,
content
yeah.
for me.
So it is not like a paraphrasing or usage of AI tool.
No, sir.
Until you are using the same observation made by him as your own.
No.
If,
Observations were
if you are
mine.
making that, declare that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
We have already crossed the time. If there are any more questions, please go ahead and ask first. We have to conclude the session.
Oh, sir, I'd like to continue with the question.
Yes.
So the sentences that or the paragraphs that the tool prepared for me, can I use those directly, or I need to write those in my own words again?
Writing in
Right.
this example I would like to give in
Sir, actually, you are not audible.
ChatGPT. Yes.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Hello.
Gadekar sir, your voice is.
Hello. Am I audible now? Hello?
Yes, yes, sir. Please.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
I'm giving one of the example like in Copilot or ChatGPT, we are giving prompt paraphrase this sentence or this observation made by us. At that time, paraphrase and there another prompt being used like humanize this thing. And there are different tools like Quillbot, I guess I have just came across, not used, but there are tools which humanize the things. So if we are using them as it is, it shall be given due credits. So I think this is clear picture of your case that if AI tool is used in this way, it shall be clearly mentioned. Is my answer is addressing your issue? I forgot between the this interruption.
Like,
Hello.
sir, my question was the data generated can be used directly, or I need to write it in my own words again, like after reading whatever it has generated.
Data generated means are you asking about parameter paragraph or the data means tables and figures?
No, sir. The data was given, like the observations were given by me, values were given by me. The tool prepared paragraphs for it. So the table was converted into a paragraph format by using the tool, but the table was my own finding.
It is used. It was previously addressed, right? You can use
So
it.
can I add to it?
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
So, like, I agree to the participant's question. Like, even I have a civil engineering background, so we have a lot of experimentation. So, what he means and what I also want to ask is that the experimental data has been generated by us, which is nowhere taken from the internet or the database by any of the AI tools. So, the results are being fed by us and maybe minute of the observations. Then we are asking the AI tool to uh, give us the discussion over the experimental data that we have provided. So in nowhere AI is taking the information from the internet or the database, but it's just commenting on what we have fed into it. In that case, should we declare should it be considered as like AI generated, or we can use it as is?
I'm
Right, sir.
mentioning that you have given the tables over there. Discussions is obtained from the AI tool. Now this discussion, if you are using as is with certain paraphrasing or humanizing, you should declare it. You are just using it as a reference, and you are going through the references as mentioned by the AI tool, and then making your own conclusion whether to stick to the parent or whether to add certain other references. At that time, you do not have to declare that thing, because
All
AI
right.
tool at up to that level can be used, but uh, it is you can say it is on the borderline, like whether intellectual is of AI or human. But if you are using that for the prompt only, for understanding purpose and then making your own conclusion by own, at that time it is not required to be mentioned. That's what my point is. It is a very thin line for differentiation between AI and human intellect.
Sure.
Uh,
Understood.
I would like to add to this, like if you are asking the discussion from AI to write the discussion for you, it may or may not take the some imaginary studies as a reference for the discussion. So at that time, the line will be crossed, in my opinion. So at that time, you will be having some imaginary references. You have to check for that.
Right. I think that depends entirely on the prompt that we are giving.
Yes, yes, yes. If you are asking the whole discussion comparison with the studies, then it may
Obviously,
or may
obviously,
not give
that's right.
some studies which is not present, or the DOI is irrelevant or not correct.
Right, right.
In
Sir,
that case, you are using the intellect of the AI.
Raj, it's not
sir, in
about
my
the prompt.
case,
It's not about the
because
prompt. It's about the, yeah.
I
Hello.
think, sir, we are
What I'm
short of
saying is,
time.
it's
If,
not.
if there is any other
Yes, yes.
question, we can take. Otherwise, we have to conclude. It's already 11:43.
Okay. You can have my mail ID or contact number for more detailed discussion.
Yes. So, are there any other questions? Okay. So, thank you very much, Dr. Radikar, for such an insightful and highly relevant session. As of now, this is the most relevant session because the use of AI, like many of the researchers are using AI for writing the papers and all. So that's your clear explanation of plagiarism, ethical writing, and interpretation of AI scores, along with the discussion on general policies related to AI-assisted content, has provided our participants with much needed clarity in today's evolving research environment. So, on behalf of TSSM Pivrabai Sawant College of Engineering and Research and Department of Civil Engineering, I sincerely thank you for sharing your valuable knowledge with and guidance with us. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you.
So, for the participants,
If there are any question, they can contact me or email me.
yes,
Yeah.
sure, sir, sure. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
For the participants, we will be sharing the feedback form on the WhatsApp group, and the next session will start at 2 p.m. Thank you. Thank you all.